Guys, today is Monday. It is 6:53 in the morning, and I thought maybe today would be a good day to try to do what I eat in a day on Contrave. So this morning I got up and I was able to get out of the house on time, and I was able to stop at my local Big B. I did a Premier Protein with 3 shots of espresso over ice with 2 shots of toffee nut and 2 shots of sugar-free chocolate. I haven't put it into my fitness pal what the toffee nut and the chocolate is, but I know usually 2 pumps is about 70 calories. I'm not so sure about the sugar-free. And then a Premier Protein is 160 calories generally, and they have 30 grams of protein and I believe 6 grams of fat, and that is what I will eat for breakfast. So especially on a Monday, I can't go without coffee, but definitely I'm trying to get in my protein intake for the day. On a normal day, I follow my fitness pal and I try to stick with 1,200 calories. For the most part, I try not to eat what I exercise, so I use a Fitbit Versa. I don't try to put in my steps. I don't try to put in my walking because I don't want to eat that. Because usually I can suffice in 1,200 calories throughout the day with whatever exercise that I have. However, sometimes I do have to put in my exercise. If I am getting really hungry, I need to eat, and I hate seeing that negative red on my fitness pal. So I'll put in my exercise then, but I generally try not to. This morning I stepped on the scale and I was 182.6. which I think is a bunch of bull crap, because on Saturday I stepped on the scale and I was 180, and yesterday I rode 6 hours on my bike. What can you do? The reason I did so many pumps of syrups in my coffee this morning is I really hate the vanilla Premier Protein. I don't know why. There are some people that like it. I don't. I've tried their caramel and I really like that, and I really like the chocolate. That's probably my go-to, but I cannot stand the vanilla. I did it for a while and I could choke it down, but now I think last week I tried it with just an iced coffee and the vanilla Premier, which is what I usually do. I about gagged. I did not like it. I don't know if it's just a change in my taste buds or if I've just had enough of it, but I do that with my chocolate all the time. I'll just do ice and cold coffee, and I mix in my chocolate Premier, and I really like it like that. But this week I have 3 of the vanilla Premier Proteins to get through. I'm gonna do it. Oops, sorry. And I think I'm gonna have to do it going to Big B and getting shots, because toffee nut is generally pretty strong for me, but it is masking that vanilla taste because I do not like it. So that's why I got 4 shots of syrup in my coffee this morning. I don't generally do that. It's 12:31 and I just got home for lunch. So on Friday I picked up an air fryer. I've never had one before. I feel like this is really zoomed in. I've never had one before, but I picked it up because I figured it could make meals a little bit quicker for me, since I don't generally eat what everybody else is eating, because I have 4 kids and it's expensive, and so sometimes we all eat the same, but other times I make like alterations to my meals. So today for lunch I'm going to make myself kind of like a chicken parmesan. I picked up last week lightly breaded chicken breast strips from Tyson, and it says that 1 piece of chicken is 150 calories. It's got 8 grams of fat and 15 grams of protein. And then I have also the Bird's Eye Veggie Made vegetable pasta. I really like it. I've never had the spaghetti style marinara one. I've always went to the Rotini Alfredo and stuff like that, and I like it. So this says for about a half a cup of cooked, or almost like a third of the package, I guess you could say. It's about 150 calories with 4 grams of fat and 8 grams of protein. And then I'm going to top it with a little bit of Sargento Parmesan cheese. A quarter cup is 110 calories, 7 grams of fat, and 10 grams of protein, but I probably will just do an 1/8 cup. So I guess altogether I'm looking at like 350 calories for my meal. Out of my 1,200 for the day, so that gives me a substantial amount still for dinner, and a decent amount if I want to pick a snack, which I usually try to take snacks back to work with me, because if I don't, then I try to hit the vending machine, which has chips, and it's not good. So when I went grocery shopping on Friday, I picked up some Smart Pop kettle corn, and it is 100 calorie bags. This has 1.5 grams of fat, and 3 grams of protein. So I'm going to take one of those back with me. And I also have been working on my water intake. I think I showed you guys, but I have a water bottle that I picked up. It's just an Ozark Trail. It actually does really well for keeping your drinks cold. So I can put ice water in it in the morning. It keeps the container cold even when the water's gone. So I can keep refilling it with just tap water. So that's what I'm having for lunch. So far in the day, I have gotten about 4,300 steps in. And I aim to at least, so my Fitbit tracks me for 65, but I try to get at least 12,000 steps in a day, because usually I can hit my 65 just when I get home, and then if I go for my 3-mile run, it'll make up the difference. So I try to hit 10 to 12,000. That's my goal. That's what I'm having for lunch, and I will see you guys at dinner time. Bye. So I just got home. It's about 4:30, and I am starting to finally get hungry, but for the most part, my lunch tied me over pretty well. I actually didn't even eat my snack. I've just been really trying to work on my water, which I've drank a whole nother bottle of water, including the one that I had or on top of the one that I had this morning. So I'm trying to figure out what I want for dinner. I'm sure that my kids and my husband will eat something different than I will, because I know they're probably going to have like chocolate chip French toast, so I'm going to pass on that. But hopefully I'll have, I think we got some but Kodiak pancake mix left that I really like, and I usually just put fresh fruit on top of it with maybe some like sugar-free Cool Whip or sugar-free syrup. And then I still will eat some bacon, or if we have turkey bacon, or if we have chicken sausage, I try to do stuff like that. So trying to make it so where I don't feel like I'm missing out, but it's still healthier than if I were to eat chocolate chip French toast and bacon. So I will hopefully tell you what I eat when we eat. I wasn't very good about updating my meal, but it is 10 o'clock at night, and I just finished a bowl of Honey Bunches of Oats and vitamin D milk. So yeah, it was around 400 calories, but I ran 4 miles today, and I was able to get it in under 45 minutes, which if you put it into MyFitnessPal, it added like 500 calories. But again, I try not to eat that. So then I was within my goal. I think I was off my protein by just a little bit, but that is what I ate today.